Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thanksgiving Day, 26th of November, 1970. We're at the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel for the big Thanksgiving Day extravaganza between the Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornadoes and the Shamokin Area High School Indians. And now the starting lineup for the Shamokin Area High School Indians at left end, number 84, Claiborne. Left tackle, number 75, Minker, or number 86, McCormick. Left guard, 63, Bailey. The center, 52, Skowrinski. Right guard, either 64, Groh or 67, Steele. Right tackle, 76, Faust. Right end, 87, Engel. Quarterback tonight, either number 11, Stamets, or number 14, Yoder. Right halfback, 22, Chicatano. Left halfback, 44, Savlov. And the fullback, 31, Lichty. And now you can take a look at the entire Shamokin area roster for 1971. Correction, that was 1970 roster. 1971 graduating class. And the head coach of the Indians, Joe Thoroughway. Assistant coaches, Frank Miriello, Francis Vatero, Jim Barnhart, Scott Anderson, Joe Gubernat, and Harry Reed. The athletic director, Chuck Peters, and the principal, Malvin Paul. And now for the visiting Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornadoes. Left end, 88, Hepler. Left tackle, 85, Lantini. Left guard, 67, Grabowski. Center, 66, Morris. Right guard, 64, Samichik. Right tackle, 77, Hawanik. Right end, 83, Klaus. Quarterback, number 7, Alexander. Right halfback, 21, Katona. Left halfback, 20, DiFrancesco. And the fullback, number 36, Hynoski. And since the game is at the Silver Bowl, these are the home team, Red Tornadoes. You see Mount Carmel Area High School squad of 1970. Head coach, Joe Jazdinick. Assistants, George Rona, Joe Greco, Ralph Evans, Alfred Santos, Len Guarna, Steve Zarlinski, athletic director, Glenn Mengus, assistant AD, Joe Greco, principal, Robert Verano, and superintendent, Joseph Kozlowski. The officials for this afternoon's game, referee, Don Mano, umpire, Carl Nolan, head linesman, John Adams, and the field judge, Joe Costa. And now you see the Red Tornadoes entering the field and thousands of balloons which are released from the home stands and the good old light towers that were put up in 1932. Mount Carmel area's Henry Hynoski's kickoff is covered by number 84, Joe Claiborne, at the 35. First and 10, Shamokin on their own 35. Quarterback number 11, Stamets' pass is completed to number 44, Savalov. Gain of 5 with Hynoski on the tackle. Second and 5 at their own 40. Stamets again back to pass. And the pass is broken up by number 66, Morris. Third and 5 at their own 40. Stamets, this time on a keeper, gets 11 yards out to the Mount Carmel area 49. First and 10 at the 49. Stamets' pass is deflected by number 51, Dutner Cabbage. And there's a loss of 4. Cabbage and Klaus on the tackle. First and 9 after Mount Carmel area 5-yard penalty. Number 22, Chicatano, gets 5. Halkovich on the stop. Second and 4. Chicatano gets the first down. Hynoski and Morris making the tackle. First and 10 at the 14. Stamets on a keeper picks up 2 with Michalko on the tackle. Second and 8 at the Mount Carmel 12. And Chicatano on the carry picks up 4 with Hynoski making the initial tackle. Third and 5 at the 8. Number 31, Lichty, picks up 2. Number 88, Hepler on the stop. That brings up a 4th and 2 at the 6. And number 64, Simichik, breaks up Stamate's pass. Red Tornadoes hold and take over. 1st and 10 at their 5. Number 20, on a reverse, DeFrancisco goes for 27 yards all the way down to the 32. 1st and 10. Number 24 on the carry, that's Pahutsky. He picks up 3 yards. 2nd and 7 at the 50. DeFrancisco takes the pitch and goes around left end. 14 yards for the Red Tornado, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36. Again, DeFrancisco on the carry, this time around the right side for 11 yards and another 1st down for the Red Tornadoes. 1st and 10 at the 25. Fullback Henry Hynoski with a nice block and breaking tackles. Gets 10 yards. 2nd down and less than a yard at the 15. Hynoski again, and he just pushes the pile all the way to the 1-yard line. 1st and goal at the 1. Alexander hands off to Hynoski, who barrels in for the touchdown. PAT attempt by number 5, Wayne Bokenshire, is good. And with 5:24 left in the 1st quarter, Mount Carmel area 7, Shamokin nothing. Hynoski's kickoff goes to Weinhofer at the 42. The official ruled his knee was down on the 25. 1st and 10 at the Shamokin 25 at 10 at the Shamokin 25. Chicatano gets back to the line of scrimmage. Plus he gets a generous spot. 2nd and 9 at the 26. Number 33, Nakadil gets 4. 85, Lentini on the tackle. 3rd and 5 at the 30. Chicatano, tackled by number 60, John Mazer, held to no gain. That brings up a 4th and 5 at the 30. Yoder back to punt, and Yoder's punt is downed by the Indians at the Mount Carmel area 45. Mount Carmel area 1st and 10 at their own 45. Number 82, Colton, forces a quarterback fumble, with number 68, Schrader, recovering at the Mount Carmel area 39. Shamokin 1st and 10 at the Mount Carmel 39. Number 33, Nakadil on the carry, picks up 4. Simichik making the tackle. 2nd and 6 at the 35. Halfback Chicatano is stopped for no gain by Phil Klaus and Mike Simichik. 3rd and 6 at the 35. Stamate's back to pass is sacked by Phil Klaus for a 9-yard loss. 4th and 15 at the 44. Shamokin in punt formation, and Yoder's punt goes out of bounds. Brings up a 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. Hynoski gets the pitch, goes around the right side for the 1st down, but the play had been blown dead, and Shamokin got a 5-yard penalty. That brings up a 1st and 5. Francisco gets around the left side and picks up 13 yards and a 1st down. Taken out of bounds at the 30, but there's a Mount Carmel area penalty. After the penalty, the ball on the Mount Carmel area 15, DeFrancisco picks up 15 yards. 6 as the 1st quarter ends. The scoreboard showing Mount Carmel area 7, Shamokin 0. 2nd and 6 at the 24. Pahutsky is hit by number 71 Puffnock and loses 2. Now on a 3rd and 8 at the 28. Alexander, attempting a jump pass, is sacked by Puffnock, 3-yard loss. And the Red Tornadoes now faced with a 4th and 9 at the 25. Hynoski's punt is taken by Chicatano, and he returns 3 yards with Grabowski and Michalko making the tackles. Shamokin 1st and 10 at their own 40. Number 44, Savalov, picks up 3 yards. Halkovich and Smichik combined for the tackle. 2nd and 7 at the 43. Chicatano is held to no gain by Smichik. And now we'll bring up a 3rd and 7 at the 43. Quarterback Stamets, on a Statue of Liberty, gets the ball off to Chicatano, who picks up 9 yards and gets the first down. 1st and 10 at the Mount Carmel area 48. Knockadil is caught by Phil Klaus for a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12 at the 50. Stamets back to pass. His pass falls incomplete. But repeat 2nd and 28 at the 25 after a 15-yard penalty on Shamokin. This time, Stamets is sacked by Halkovich at the 16, a 19-yard loss. 3rd and 47 at the 16. And for the second straight play, Stamets is sacked, this time 5-yard loss by Michalko. That brings up a 4th and 52 at the 5. Yoder back to punt. And Yoder's punt is taken at the 39 and returned 8 yards to the 31 by DeFrancisco. Mount Carmel area, 1st and 10 after the 16, after a 15-yard Shamokin penalty. Hynoski gets 7 down to the 9-yard line. Number 21 Long on the tackle. That brought up a 2nd and 3 at the 9. Alexander hands off to DeFrancisco, who picks up 6 and a first down, with Long making the stop. 1st and goal at the 3. Hynoski gets the carry and takes it in, standing up from the 3. Point after touchdown attempt by Brokenshire. Officials ruled good. Scoreboard with 5:57 left in the half. Mount Carmel area 14, Shamokin nothing. Hynoski kicking off. His kickoff is a short one taken by number 63 Bailey. No return at the Shamokin 46. Shamokin takes over, 1st and 10. At the number 33, Knockadil will pick up 7 yards. On 2nd and 3 at the Mount Carmel area 47, Knockadil gets the first down. 1st and 10 at the 43. There's a 5-yard penalty refused by Mount Carmel area. And the 5-yard penalty was refused by Red Tornadoes. So that's a 2nd and 12 at the 45. Savalov is hit by number 66 Morris. Gets 1 yard. 3rd and 11 at the Mount Carmel area 44. Chicatano goes up the middle for 2. And now Shamokin has a 4th and 9 at the 42, and Yoder goes back to punt. Yoder's punt goes out of bounds at the Mount Carmel area 25. 1st and 10 at the 25 for the Red Tornadoes. Tommy Alexander back to pass. His pass falls incomplete. Brings up a 2nd and 10 at the 25. Pitch back to Carmi DeFrancisco. And Carmi is off to the races, outrunning the Shamokin defenders. 75 yards for the apparent touchdown, but unfortunately there is a flip called, and the Red Tornadoes are back. Second down. Alexander back to pass is sacked by Knockadil and Colton, a loss of 7. Third down for the Red Tornadoes now. Pitch back to Hynoski, and he picks up 2 yards. Red Tornadoes are now faced with a fourth down, and Hynoski's punt goes to Chicatano at the Mount Carmel area 48. Shamokin first and 10 at the Mount Carmel area 48. Stamets, quarterback, completed to, looks like Engel for a 10-yard gain. Brings up a first and 10 at the 38. Stamets again back to pass. This time he completes it to Claiborne for another first down. At the 28, Chicatano is the ball carrier and picks up 1. At the 27-yard line, the handoff again to Chicatano up the middle for nothing. And timeout, Red Tornadoes. With 47 seconds left, timeout. Mount Carmel area first and 10. DeFrancisco takes the pitch. And reversing his field, goes all the way down and gets the ball down to the Mount Carmel area 45 for a first down. First down at the 45. Alexander this time back to pass. Sacked by appeared to be the right defensive end. 9-yard loss. Second and 19 at the Mount Carmel area 36. DeFrancisco on a sweep to the right picks up 19 yards down to the Shamokin 45. And now, on the final play of the half, the pass is incomplete, and now you see Coach Jazz out on the field saying a few words to the umpires. Unfortunately, Reel 2, which contained the second half of this game, is missing from our archives. To summarize the second half, the Red Tornadoes scored the first 2 times they had the ball on drives of 70 and 98 yards. Hynoski capped the 70-yard drive with a 27-yard TD run, and with 2:51 left in the third quarter, DeFrancisco took it in from the 4. The final points came when Jim Lichty was tackled in the end zone by a host of red and white defenders. Wayne Brokenshire broke Bob York's extra point total of 43 with his 44th and 45th extra points. The Mike Terry Awards went to Henry Hynoski and Johnny Halkovich. Mount Carmel area will meet Valley View in the Eastern Conference Championship game. And the final score on this 1970 Thanksgiving Day at the Mount Carmel area Silver Bowl was Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes 30, the Shamokin area Indians 0. Consecutive win number 23 for the Red Tornadoes, who are 11-0-0 during the regular season. 1970 Eastern Conference Football League Southern Division champions. And the all-time win number now stands at 428.